forgot to put my top on, didn't I?
Right, just right on time as we
I rushed around, and I'm wearing this. Normally, I'm more dressed up, so I'm sorry for my lax appearance.
Yeah, I've got an Arsenal top on. You can't really see it, but yeah.
No, you can't. So welcome to another live stream, Easy Talk, all things Arsenal. Welcome to LILMAZY. LILMAZY. Welcome to Raz.
I can hear you.
And we
have loud and clear, but I can hear you.
Yeah, and we have a new contributor in Mr. Fury, the Furious Fury.
You know,
whoa.
The Furinator.
Yes.
Yeah. So, listen, guys, it's been a long time since we did the last Easy Talk live stream. Like I was just saying before we went live, we had Arsene Wenger, we had the World Cup. So there's so many things that we're going to talk about, apparently. So the first thing we want to talk about, I think, is the new manager in Unai Emery. So we know he's come with a good pedigree. He won the Europa Cup 3 times in a row. What do you think we have? After 22 years of having Arsene Wenger, we finally got a new manager.
Yes.
What do you think, Raz?
Well, they say a change was coming. Funnily enough, I was watching on YouTube from 1996 to 2018. It's like an Arsene Wenger Odyssey. And they'll obviously put up all the highlights of him coming to the club and how he revolutionized football, how he extended the Arsenal players, because we had the strong defensive back four. We had like the Winterburns, Adams, Keown, Dixon. So in a sense, it was really nice to watch, but there comes a time when you have to like put that aside. Now we're heading towards a new era, and of course we're going to this a bit later. The way that the results have gone, they've gone against us, but we've played 2 really tough ties, as it were, and we're still in transitional period as well. So while I still don't understand, or I can understand why some fans are already a bit frustrated. We have to put things in perspective. It's a second game in, third game now this weekend with a new manager, and he's trying to play a way that suits the style of play that we've known, but we've also got to change it a little bit as well.
Well, we don't want to get into the style just yet, you know. So, are you happy to see?
Yeah, we hold that back a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Fury, what do you think about the new manager, Emery, Unai Emery? What do you think about him?
I'm very pleased. We need a change. I'm happy he came to the club, and I'll give him a long time to work his tactics out.
So, do you think he can take us to the next level, or do you think he's going to be maybe gone in less than 2 seasons? You reckon he can take us to the next level? Yeah.
Yes, I'm guaranteed. Yeah.
Oh, you guarantee that?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Optimistic.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think about the new manager, Unai Emery, who's come?
To be honest, I think it's a little bit too early to judge or to say, but we did have a good pre-season, and we did look good in spells in the Man City game. And to be honest, the Chelsea game we probably should have won. And he's trying to bring a new style into the team. We're going to take time to adjust. To be honest, I'm not expecting too much from this season, although I don't want to slip further down. But you know, we just got to give him a chance. But yeah, I'm excited. We did need a change, definitely, and we can't moan now that we've got it. So he has had a tough start, but I think this West Ham game onwards is when we're really going to see if what he's trying to do will work. But then again, I think he needs a few more transfer windows to really get what he needs anyway. But yeah, it's still early days.
Yeah, I think Gary Neville did say literally that he reckons that Emery will probably need a minimum of like 3 transfer windows before you can probably see the change in his the philosophy.
Yeah, and especially with the money Kroenke's giving him. Jesus.
Jeez.
You know what I mean?
Let's not get started, man.
Smart,
you know, it's like even in the last game, he didn't start Lacazette, and I know Mr. Fury wanted to talk about that situation with Aubameyang and Lacazette, you know, not starting. What did you want to say about that, Mr. Fury? About our two strikers, they don't, for the last 2 matches, they haven't been starting.
Because I think they have a fantastic chemistry, and I think they should play together for us to be more attacking. And I think we start on our strongest foot.
But why do you think Emery is not starting Lacazette? Because you see, when he comes on, you can see there's a complete difference in the mentality, obviously. But we look more potent when Lacazette starts.
Of course,
why do you think? Why doesn't he start Aubameyang and Lacazette?
It's like he's trying to hold them back as well. That's a bit annoying.
Guys, what do you think? What do you think, LILMAZY? What do you think? Would you like to see, about Lacazette?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know, like, definitely, 100%. They need to play together because at the end of the day, I think if we don't play our strongest team, which is with them both on, then what are we trying to do? Like, I know you need to have someone on the bench that you can bring on to change the game at certain points, but I think that Lacazette and Aubameyang definitely need to start together. And the players that we've signed, to be honest, when we played against City and Chelsea, I was kind of thinking, why we're not starting Torreira? Why we're not starting Lacazette? You know, I didn't really like it, but yeah, I definitely think they need to play together, 100%.
100%.
I think Emery still doesn't know his best 11. He doesn't know his best 11 yet.
Yeah,
a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, isn't it? Because he's trying to play a whole different style than what we're used to, so he needs to see which players fit that.
The style. But and again, it's like, I don't know if you can hear me. I've gone a little bit silent there. The situation with Ozil. I know Ozil was pulled off, and you can see Ozil didn't like to be substituted. But Raz, what do you think about that? What do you think?
I think it's a refreshing change to have a manager who, when he sees that one of his players is not performing, you take him off. You take him off. It's difficult because Ozil has played on regardless under Arsene Wenger. And yeah, he may have been a bit pissed, if you pardon my French, that he got pulled off. But hopefully that will give him the kick that he needs to understand that if you're not playing a certain way, then I'll get another player in to play the way that I want, the style that suit the team. You can't just think, the mentality is now is to strengthen. If you're not performing and you know in your heart you're not performing, then it's for the manager to pull you off and put somebody in your place. That's how it makes it competitive. And I think that's what we've missed. We've missed being competitive in certain areas because under Arsene, he's kept the team playing regardless. And that's the reason why we've faltered within the last few seasons. It's because of inaction. It's been inaction.
I've just got a message here from the English Conversation Club, and it's saying about Raz, Ozil is a good player. He's a good player, so he deserves to be playing. Whether he's not tracking back or not. They're saying here that Ozil is a good player. No, Mr. Fury shaking his head.
No.
Say it like it is, Fury.
Yeah. The thing is, once he doesn't perform in the away games, and really non-existent as well. So we can't carry 10 players with a player missing. Who's waiting.
But he did under Arsene Wenger. you know, whether he played badly or not, Arsene Wenger continuously played Ozil. Don't get me wrong, you know, I don't want to critique too much on Ozil, but we can't afford to have luxury players.
Yes.
Emery is going to demand all his
Hey,
players.
I'm back.
Welcome,
I don't know
welcome,
Right, LILMAZY.
Yeah, but
back.
I don't know what just
Welcome
happened there. I was talking, and then my screen just went poof, and the whole thing went off. I was like, no.
It wasn't me.
I was just like, what? Like it just came up. Oh, snap! Something went wrong. I was like, oh no, man, don't do that to me. I was just talking.
Yeah, we're just talking about Ozil. Apparently, you know, I was saying that Emery substituted Ozil because, of course, he thought literally he wasn't closing down the players enough. And Raz was saying, well, yeah, it's right. If any player is not performing, then they need to be taken off.
Yeah.
So I've just got a message here from the English Conversation Club, and they're saying, but Raz, Ozil's a good player. He's a good player. He's
a top player, and if you're a top player, then you pretty much do what the manager tells you to do.
True.
Put it this way: Arsene Wenger got Ozil in, and we've won a few FA Cups. But Ozil, if he's a class player, he turns up for the big matches. He went missing against Man City. He went missing against Man United. He went missing against Liverpool. He went missing against Chelsea. These are teams that you can't go missing. You can't go missing on.
Why did Arsenal?
I'm not disputing that he's a class player, but a class player turns up every match, not once in one match in 3 or 5.
Why did Arsenal new contract that he's apparently on £350,000 a week?
Yeah.
Why did Arsenal give him a new contract?
It's ridiculous.
If we all agree literally that he is, you know, a fantastic player, then why did Arsenal give him the contract? And then the last 2 matches, he's been missing in action.
Of course.
So do we need to sell? Do we need to sell him?
I think we should replace him with James Rodriguez. Replace him for James Rodriguez.
James Rodriguez.
Yeah, replace him. Yeah.
Wow. Maybe.
Yeah. See.
But we have to watch out though, because don't forget we've got Ramsey in this position as well. Ozil and Ramsey. Yeah. Ramsey is trying to get what Ozil's got, and he's come up to the end of his contract.
Yeah, but they're 2 different players.
And we've got Ozil who's sat in there now for another 2 more years, 2-3 more seasons. You want to get your money's worth, or you have to cut your losses.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think Ozil, he really annoys me quite a lot of the time because I think that he's in some sort of like comfort zone because he knows that he's the highest player in our club. He's actually one of the highest paid players in the entire Premier League. So he knows that he's going to start most of the time because they can't pay him that money and him not play. But the problem is, I don't think he works hard enough. You know, I just, as you said, he goes missing, you know, like most of the way through a game and you just forget Ozil's even there.
Yep.
You know, and it's just, I mean, to be honest, if we could bring in a player of that name value and of that quality, then yeah, I'd probably say we probably should sell him.
Then LILMAZY, then that begs the question. So, which player would you have? You know, who would you
depends who's available, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it does.
Well, I think it depends if we've got enough money to spend.
Oh no, but then again, though, we're stuck with him now. I'll see. Oh no, we can sell him to Europe, but we can't buy anyone, so we're stuck now anyway. But and back to money again. That's the thing. Is Kroenke gonna give him a big sum of money to buy a player? Because you've got to think we spent like what 70 odd million on about 5 players.
Yeah, 70.
Then that's just, I mean, for a club of our level, that is just ridiculous. I mean, you got Liverpool spending 80 odd million, I think, on Van Dijk, or 70 something million, just one player. And and I just don't think it's enough. I think we need to just spend more money, man. It's as simple as that, really. And spend it wisely too.
I'm gonna throw it out there, right? If you guys are brave enough to tell me or to tell the viewers, out of the squad players that Unai Emery has decided to keep, do you think there are any other players that he should have sold in the last transfer window?
Welbeck.
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 Well, you guys don't like Welbeck, man. I like Welbeck.
Nah.
Nah.
But
Nah,
he hasn't, again,
yeah, go on.
he hasn't done enough. He hasn't done enough. I like Welbeck. I liked him when he scored against Leicester, and in the last like couple of months before, our season went the opposite end. He's a good impact player, but he's got to be fighting for his place. If I saw Aubameyang and Lacazette come in, I'll be fighting.
Of course.
There'd be nothing left of me on the pitch. You have to physically drag me off the pitch.
Yeah,
and
see,
to me, he's been there about 4 seasons.
Yeah. And that's the thing of Welbeck. I was wondering, like, why didn't he come back earlier from the World Cup? Like, I know, like, England made it to the semi-finals, so he is allowed to stay longer. But he barely played. So if I was him, and if he is trying to fight for his place, surely he would have came back a bit earlier. And like, that's the thing. I just don't know how he's feeling at the minute. But like, my opinion on him anyway, he's a great player for like cup games, and he's a great squad player. If someone gets injured or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't want to let him go. But then again, I wouldn't put him in my first team.
But the thing is, Little Maisie, do you think he would be happy enough to stay as a squad player? He's 28?
No, 29.
28.
29.
He's 29.
To play first.
29.
Oh, wow. I thought he was a lot younger than that. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Fair enough. Well, that's the thing, though.
Sell.
It depends what he wants from his career.
Sell. Listen, this is just a couple of messages.
No, that's the thing as well. Like, how much money would you get for Welbeck, do you think? Like, is he...
We bought him for 16 million.
I don't think we're going to get what we paid for him. I don't think we're going to get what we paid for him.
No, probably 10 million.
All right, a couple of messages here that's just come up. There's someone called Chelsea Donkor, and he's saying, "How do you guys know it's all about to do with money?" And Ramsey isn't even creative enough to sell. Well, sell him. He isn't the world. So basically, Chelsea.
Thank you.
To get rid of him. Get rid.
Thank you.
Get rid of Ramsey.
And bring in Marco Verratti.
Yeah, but do we have the money to buy him? Do we have the money to buy this player? The budget is so tight. It's so tight.
You know what?
It doesn't need to be.
With Kroenke, there's a saying that customers tend to want champagne at lemonade prices. Yep. And that's what Kroenke is doing to the club. He'll rather that if we can do something, get away with something on the bare bones, so then he can keep more of his money. That's the way that we're functioning at this moment in time. 15 plus years ago, when Arsene came, 20 odd years ago, when Arsene came to the club, he came with about 2 or 3 unknown players that I didn't know about. They sat in the front of the defence to midfield, Petit and Vieira. And all of a sudden, we were Premiership winners. So, times are different. But what I'm saying is that Kroenke is not understanding that. Or he's understanding it, but he's not giving the money. We need the money to invest, so then we can compete.
But you know what it is? So with the Premier League at the minute, with your Man Cities and your Liverpools and even your Man Uniteds, it is tough to compete. Even if you do have a team full of great players, it's still tough. So I don't think so. If we spend the next couple of years just buying players and experimenting and whatever, I don't think we're going to move. I don't think we're going to challenge for the title properly. I think we need to just go out there, buy the top players, and then boom, just go for it. Because otherwise we're just gonna be in limbo in this 4th to maybe 7th sort of place.
Yeah, but Little Maisie, you say that, but look at the situation at Man U. the board have been throwing money to Mourinho to try and buy success. And
Maybe 1 second, guys.
Well, that's the thing, though. They're trying.
It hasn't happened.
But,
I guess so.
Well, yeah.
Are you guys happy with the players he bought? He bought Leno, Socrates, Lichtsteiner. Are you guys happy with the players? Guendouzi? Are you happy with the players that he brought?
Yeah, to be honest, I think we did get great deals. I mean, Lichtsteiner on a free, and we got Guendouzi for like what? It was only like a few million, wasn't it?
7, 8
million. I think Torreira for like 24 million. I think it was. That's a bargain. 26. Yeah, that's a bargain.
Of course.
Who else did we get? Socrates as well. And Leno. Yeah, to be honest, I think we did make all of those signings are good. We did make good signings. I think the team will definitely improve. But I still don't think that we're going to compete with the likes of City and Liverpool at the minute. But I think we could do well. We could do well.
I wouldn't mind a couple of Guendouzis, to be honest, because I like his passion, man. I like his fight. I like his fight.
Yeah. Mr. Fury, what do you think about the transfers, the players that we brought in? Are you happy with the players that we've got so far?
I think it's okay. I'm going to say about 7 out of 10, but I think we're short of a winger and a centre back.
Yeah.
So by Kimpembe and I'm not sure what wingers, because the best ones have signed new contracts and a very fast winger.
Yeah.
I would like to still got Dembele.
Yeah, 100%. I was really hoping that was going to happen.
Yeah. To me, that was I've been.
Well, we tried to buy him, didn't we? On the 11th hour, we put in like was it an £82 million bin? Or was it
oh wow! Really?
Yeah, 80 million. But Barcelona don't tell him at all. Don't tell him at all.
Absolutely.
They kept it quiet.
Right. Okay. So, guys. So before we go any further, competition. There's not going to be any prizes. It's just like a short competition. So on Saturday, we know that Henrik Mkhitaryan scored the first Premiership goal for Unai Emery. So the question out there to all the subscribers and everyone, who was the player who scored the first goal to Wenger in his first Premiership match? So again, there's no prizes.
Wenger.
I would have no clue.
It was Ian Wright against Blackburn.
To be honest, I think I was being born in that year. So, no idea. I might just have to Google it quick.
I think we might have to change the question.
It was Ian Wright against
Ian Wright
against Blackburn.
Right. Okay. Well, at the end of just before we wrap up the live stream, I'll announce. Well, unless we have anyone who wants to enter the competition, let's leave it until the end of the live stream to announce.
Yeah, I'll be interested.
Hold on. I'm just going to Google it so I know.
Amazing. No Googling allowed.
No, I'm not Googling, man. I'm just texting.
Click on Google.
Right. Guys, so I think Little Maisie kind of told me the answer to the next thing we want to talk about. Who we think Arsenal is going to finish? We know literally we've been out of the Champions League for the last 2 seasons, and I think that's probably part of there wasn't the funds coming through. There wasn't generating any finance. Once you're in the Champions League, you get a lot of money. But Guy Arsenal is going to finish in this season. I know it's a little bit of a long shot because we're only the second match in, but I want to sit on the fence.
I think, do you know what? I just really don't know, man. I really don't know what to expect from the season. Like, I think it all could go totally wrong. or it could be great. Like, I just really don't know. I mean, I think the highest we could hope to finish is probably 4th. I don't think that we can really do better than that. I don't know, mate. I don't know. See, my heart says, yeah, we're going to go and win it, or we could come 3rd maybe. But to be honest, I reckon realistically, if we can improve on 6 and try and win the Europa League, then yeah. But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say we'll finish 5th.
5th. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Fury, what do you think? Where do you think Arsenal was going to finish the season?
I think we'll come 3rd.
Ooh.
Wow.
3rd. I'm positive.
Wow. Okay.
3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And Raz, what do you think Arsenal will finish?
Man, this is where the heart and the mind comes in, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
If you saw my last 2 posts, I was thinking I was quite optimistic that we might do something against Man City and Chelsea. So it's a bit of a wake-up call.
Wishful thinking.
I would say that optimistically, I like us to win. I like us to be in the top 4 and to maybe just win a cup. So I don't care if it's a FA Cup, if it's the Carabao Cup, it's the Europa.
Yeah.
So within the top 4 and win a cup. If we're out of the top 4, at least then if we won a cup, then to me it'd be going in the right direction.
Yeah, like, I think if we don't finish in the top 4, but we do win the Europa League, then I think that's great because, you know, Champions League, you know, it's just as good for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I agree. If we finish out of the top 4, but we win the Europa, I'll be happy with that.
Of course.
Yeah, so will I.
Yeah.
But then again, this season, I'm giving Emery this season absolutely slander free, no matter what happens. One season, and then I'll start judging him next season. But the thing is, though, like I'm a bit worried though, because if we finish below 6 or we finish 6th again, I'm worried that people might start turning on him too quickly, man. Especially after because I think Arsenal fans, our patience has been totally usurped by Wenger. So we just don't have any anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like, as I said, if we don't get in the top 4 and win the Europa League, then that's fantastic. But if we do get in the top 4, then that's even better.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I think I've seen stuff against West Ham. It's on Saturday.
I mean, I would bank on Arsenal to beat West Ham. I mean, if we can't,
yeah,
of course.
Again, I know it's early days. We did see some continuity with the Chelsea match because there was all those chances that Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, Iwobi missed 3 chances.
Iwobi and also missed, yeah.
Again, it's a work in progress. So I think the biggest test is not going to be Unai Emery and his team. The biggest test is going to be the fan base. Can the fan base keep it together and have patience? Because we've waited 22 years to have a new manager. Now we've got to change. Let's get behind the manager. Let's get behind his philosophy and support one another. The last thing we want is divided like it was under Arsene Wenger. We don't need that. We need to be behind the manager. Personally, Unai Emery, like 2 seasons. Look what happened with Pep Guardiola. He had to get rid of a whole load of players before he got to see the fruits of his labour. And one other thing as well, Arsenal have never been sack a manager after 1 season, apart from Bruce Rioch. Arsenal, they're not a club to say, you know what, things not working out, let's get rid of the manager. So Unai Emery has that on his side. Arsenal would not sack him after 1 season.
Well, do you think they won't sack him, like, no matter what? Like, even if we finish, say, like 13th or something?
You know, any good employer will give the employee time to build up or to, you know, give or see some improvement. So they will give him time. I think Top still want to give him. I think his contract. I think he signed a 2-year contract with the option of.
No. it's 4 years with the option for 5 years.
Oh, is
Actually,
it 4 years?
4 year
There you
contract.
go. I didn't
Yeah,
realise.
was actually yeah,
I thought
for
it was,
5 years.
That's a commitment.
Yeah,
4 years.
yeah, of
Wow.
course.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, so again, Arsenal, they're not a club, to sack a manager, losing patience. They will give him, enough the time that he needs, So anyway,
But yeah, that's the
what we
thing.
also
Though.
have to.
go on.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
I think also what we have to. Go on,
yeah, so, yeah,
go on, LILMAZY.
all
Go on,
right, yeah,
you go.
I'll just all right. Yeah, like I think I'm still more interrupting you, Joe. Like I think Emery is the right man for the job, because he won 3 Europa Leagues on the
course.
bounce with Sevilla, and like whether we like it or not, that's the predicament that we're in right now. We're a Europa League team now, and that's what we're trying to win
Exactly.
and get to the top 4.
Exactly.
So I think for the job, he is the right man for the job. We just we have to be patient with him. Definitely.
Was it your first choice, LILMAZY?
No, it wasn't even in the conversation for me. But I mean, I wasn't disappointed though when they announced him. I was actually like, at least it's not Brendan Rodgers.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like, it's these, like he's definitely a good appointment. But to be honest, I was hoping for oh, Joe, his name's just gone out of my fucking head now. Sorry for swearing. The Juventus manager, Allegri.
no.
Yeah, that's the thing. Can we talk about Arteta for a minute? Because I was actually coming around. I was coming around to the idea of Arteta. I actually was. Looking back on it now, that's crazy.
Nuts.
I was coming round to it, man.
No way.
I mean, because when there was first the rumors going around, I didn't really like it, but then I kept hearing stories that he's actually done really well at Man City, and he's. But then again, on the same side, I was thinking Arsenal were a massive club. We can't be taking a massive risk like that. So I was kind of torn, but it's because the rumor was going on for so long. They kind of gave you time to think about it a lot, and I was starting to come around to it, but I never really believed that it would happen, to be honest.
Me too.
But yeah, like I said, I really wanted the leg, but
me too.
But yeah,
I tell you what done it for me was when at the end of the match, I was watching the highlights on Match of the Day, and you saw Pep Guardiola grab hold of Arteta to say like, "Oh, you know what? This is the reason why you should stay with me." And I think, you know what? From then on, that Arteta is dead to me, man. He's dead to me. All that crying on his last day at the Emirates, and that happens. I think it's just as well he stayed where he was, to be honest. So
as LILMAZY said,
that's the way it is, isn't it? We just move on. We just move forwards.
I never believe Arteta was part of the conversation. I don't think he was realistically a target. Like I said to Raz when we did the video outside the Emirates, had the person in mind. They already had the person earmarked. It was just going through the process of speaking to Vieira, Arteta. They already knew which manager they wanted. And LILMAZY's right. We are a Europa League outfit. We're not going to challenge for the Premiership, anytime soon. So we have to deal with what we got, But anyway,
yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, when there was apparently Vieira and Henry both had interviews for the job. Like, how would you guys have felt if that would have happened? Because the thing is, for me, it would have been great to see an Henry or Vieira as the manager because they are Arsenal through and through, and legends of Arsenal.
Yeah.
But then again, would you want to be chanting Henry out after 2 bad seasons? Nah.
No.
Probably not.
No,
So,
I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in my heart to say that because in a job too far actually for Henry, and looking at it at Vieira's point of view, I think Vieira would make. I mean, Vieira's a big man. He's very imposing, very intimidating. Because I remember the way he used to play against Man United. You know what I mean? And to have that as a manager, while I think he's more. I think he's more of a second than a manager at this moment in time. I think I would allow him time to ply his trade elsewhere, and to be able to get a team that's in trouble and pull them out of trouble, and then have the confidence that if he was to come to the Arsenal, for example, he knows that he's got the fans behind him, but then he also knows that he's got the skills in order to get the team playing the way that he wants them to play. And also, I think he will take no nonsense as well from the board. Also, he will tell the board that he needs that investment, and if they won't give it to him, then he'll walk. He'll walk away. So I think that's the Vieira I would like for him to manage our club, but further down the line.
Yeah, I wanna. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, let's just move in the conversation on. Raz, do you know that we have a superstar amongst us? Amongst the four of us, there is a superstar. There's somebody who did a live stream a few days ago. He did an interview with a regular on that other YouTube channel there.
Yeah, which channel?
Raz, you know, we've got a superstar amongst us. Do you know who that is?
You know, for a moment there, I thought he was gonna talk about yourself and that you played at the I was gonna say, there he goes, talking about playing at Highbury again.
Brilliant.
It's not Mr. Fury, it's LILMAZY.
Yeah, LILMAZY.
I know you want to talk about.
We were talking about this earlier.
I'm the big man.
Yeah, there you go, big man. So I know you've been doing some uploads around Arsenal ladies, and like I said, the last upload got an interview with the big man Ty. So how's your videos going?
Yeah, John, it was with Ty. Like, I literally could not believe it. Like, I was literally just filming like a last little bit of my, match day vlog that I usually do, and then I could just see him walking past, like, and he wasn't with anyone. He was on. I just couldn't believe it. I saw the hat, I saw the glasses, saw the Arsenal trainers, shirt, trousers, probably socks as well. The head. I just want to say something as well. Like, with the Arsenal headphones, it was weird because he had the Arsenal headphones around his neck, but he also had normal earphones in his ears. I was like, does he even use them? Yeah. I was thinking that was weird, but yeah, I couldn't believe it. So I just like pretty much ran straight up to him and was just like, "Oh, Ty, man, big fan. Could you do a video quick?" And he just sort of looked up at me like, "What? Okay." and then the thing is as well, like, I didn't plan to do any interviews there, so that's why I didn't have a microphone. It was a bit windy and that, but I literally had, because I didn't plan to do any interviews, I had no questions in mind to ask him. So I literally just made it up as I went through. I was just like, "Oh, so what did you think about the game?" I was like, "Oh, so what do you think about Emery so far?" And that. But yeah, it was amazing. I couldn't believe that I saw him there. I was just gutted that Claude wasn't there, so I couldn't get him to argue or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, but other than that, the game was actually really good. Supporting Arsenal ladies is actually a lot easier because they tend to win most of the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but yeah, now they won their opening game of the season. They're doing really well. But yeah, it's early days for them as well. First game of the season.
Yeah. But guys, whoever's watching the live stream, or maybe they're going to save it to watch it later on, make sure you subscribe to LILMAZY official YouTube channel.
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
He's cornered the market on doing the match review of Arsenal ladies matches over there. So
yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, he follows
to LILMAZY official, as well as get on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe, and Mr. Fury, absolutely fantastic, and of course you've got Raz. So when is the next match? Arsenal ladies, LILMAZY.
Yeah, they the next home game, because I'm only going to the home games in a minute because it's only actually like a 30-minute train from where I live, so it's all right. The next home game is against Liverpool. That's actually the first game of their season. The game I went to the other day was the first cup match, is the Continental Tires Cup. We actually won that last year. But yeah, they're playing Liverpool in I think it's about 2.5 weeks. But yeah, so I'm trying to go to every game, every home game, and trying to do regular videos because I did notice, I was kind of thinking when I done my first vlog, I was thinking there isn't any, channels that do videos about the Arsenal women regularly. Like I know women's football is nowhere near, like doesn't have anywhere near the interest that men's football does. But I started to think, you know, like if I started to think if I could regularly do
during like the European and FA Cups.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what happens
I was
with
at the
women's
FA Cup
football.
final last year, and there was like 40,000 people there. Whereas at the usual home games, there's barely 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing. But yeah, so I thought at that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try and do as many videos as I can and be the Arsenal women's guy, because as soon as the interest does build and I'm already there with all the videos,
yeah, exactly.
It could be something good. But yeah, man. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
Okay, so another just a quick headliner as well. We're still looking for some female contributors to come onto Cannon for the TV. You know, join the guys here. Again, it's not, you know, all boys network. You know, the Arsenal fan base is like the broad spectrum. You know, boys, girls, you know, all over. So if you think, you know, you'd like to come on the channel and come on our live stream one time, put a message to our email. I'll leave the email just at the bottom in the comments box, and maybe you can follow LILMAZY. But yeah, if you want like proper updates on Arsenal ladies, LILMAZY is the channel to go to right about now.
Thank you very much. That's brilliant. But yeah, like, as you were saying about getting a female contributor, like that would be amazing. But like the thing is, like, I don't know, like I don't really know. I know there are a lot of females out there interested in football, obviously, but like I don't actually know many personally myself. Like, to be honest, when I come across a girl that actually understands the offside rule, I'm like, whoa. I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to be like, you know, like offensive or whatever, but like I think it would be awesome if a lot more girls could actually get into watching football, because then I think obviously the female football market would grow at the same time as well. But you know, that's the thing, men and women are just into different things, you know, a lot of the time. So,
and also as well, when I do get a chance to do interviews outside the Emirates Stadium, we always try and get interviews with female supporters.
Yeah.
50% of the interviews you will see, we do with women. So there are, but whether they're brave enough to come onto the channel and do the live stream and like go to the stadiums and do the interviews, it's another thing. But again, that's going to be a work in progress for you know, for now and the future as well. Okay, so sorry, LILMAZY, did you want to say something? Say something more on that?
No, not really. I was just going to say really that like I think like obviously your channel is growing like pretty quick, and I think the more you do, you're bound to get females that are interested that want to do it. Yeah, you're bound to. I think it's just a matter of time, really, more than anything.
Yeah. We're just playing the waiting game and just trying to be a little bit more patient. But no doubt, you know, it will happen.
Yeah,
right,
100%.
so just another topic that has been the bane of regular uploads that I do and Raz as well will do with me is the situation with Aaron Ramsey. Now, this week, I think on Thursday, I read in the Standard, excuse me, that he is not demanding, but he's asking Arsenal to double his current wages, which currently stands at 110,000 per week. So he wants double and maybe a little bit more. Mr. Fury,
how much is he on? Sorry,
110,000 per week.
Ooh.
Fury, what do you think about it? Would you pay him that money? Is he worth that money?
No. I'll pay maybe 180. No, not 200. Okay, a week. 180 Mexico.
But then why do you think Arsenal haven't sold him? Because there's a deal on the table and he hasn't. I mean, the transfer window has closed. What, best part of 2 weeks?
Yeah, we can still sell players though.
They can still sell players because the European
closes the 31st.
Yeah. So
Hello?
I think
Hello?
Alex is
If you
cut.
were
Oh, there he is.
Arsenal, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Would you
actually
sell
cutting out.
Ramsey, or would you try? Would you? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back again
Me
for
now,
me.
yeah.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Would you sell him, or would you keep him, Fury?
I will sell him.
You definitely sell him.
Yes.
That's the straight answer.
The signal's dipping out here.
You dip out all the time, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep on out.
Raz, would you keep Ramsey or would you sell him?
Are we asking me? All right.
Yes.
Ramsey. Oh, do you know what? The thing is, I don't know why this guy's hanging out his contract so much. Like, I think I would pay him a bit more, maybe 150 or maybe 180, like Fury said, but 220? Oh, I just don't think he's worth that. I just don't think it's worth that. I mean, he is a great player. Of course, he's an asset to our club, but I mean, 220 grand a week?
No way.
Nah. I mean, if he's saying I want 220 or I'm leaving, then I'd sell him, because I think for that amount, I think for that wages, you could probably get a better player. But yeah, he is a great player, as I said. But yeah, I just think that's too much, man. Definitely.
Too much.
Way too
They're
much.
like, I think it's just. I mean, I think it's just a similar. I mean, it isn't exactly like the Özil situation, because we're definitely paying him too much money. But
Way too much. Way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's worth that money at all. Well, not at all.
Raz,
I don't think
Raz,
he's worth
what about you? Raz, would you sell Ramsey, or would you do your utmost to try and keep Ramsey?
Okay, so I'm going to put up a couple of examples. We had a player who used to get injured a lot, and I felt that he kept. He did play a really major part in Arsenal under Arsene Wenger's reign. Robin van Persie.
I knew
Robin van Persie used to get injured every season when we needed him the most. I think he had one of his best seasons about maybe 2 seasons before we sold him to Man United.
Yeah.
When he went to Man United, he won stuff.
Yep.
Okay, he won stuff. We've kept with Ramsey. He came from this end, from Cardiff. Yeah. I remember when he was a youngster, he was only like 17, 18 when he joined Arsenal. And he is a skillful player. He can be box to box. But again, with Ozil, he tends to go missing. We've had him for about, 9 years?
No,
nearly
10
10
years.
years. And
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Okay, 10 years. So my question is, if he was sat in front of me and he said to me, look, you've got Ozil on 300 odds, you've got everyone else on about 100, 110. I want 210. My question to him would be, okay, so what have you done for me? What have you done for the club? If you want that money, when was the last time you scored a hat trick?
Yeah.
When was the last time that when we was a goal down or two, you picked the game up? I don't want to use this person as an example because he's from the team down the road, but he also plays in Spain, so I won't say any more about him. But he came on in the final, and with his first touch, he'd done an overhead kick, and he won the game for Real Madrid. That's what I would want off my midfield player, someone who comes in with impact. And Ramsey, I know he had a broken leg, and we stuck with him, but it's time now for him to start saying, all right, well, if you're not going to give me the money, then I'll show you the reason why you should be giving me the money. If you said, for example, I want top 4, then I get you top 4. If you give me if I can get you to top 4, then you can give me the money.
True, yeah.
To me, it's all about performance now. You've been there long enough.
True.
Yeah, and I see the thing that I think might. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, Fury. There's a message here. Someone again from Chelsea Donker. He says, Fury, you don't know what you're talking about. Bradley scored goals for us in the FA Cup finals. He said we need to keep... Go on.
No, I'm saying still sell him, because he's holding out just like Sanchez. So rather than taking a risk in January, he's leaving on cheap, might as well maximize the money you've gotten him now. Rather wait to January, get less money.
Okay, and also he's saying here that anyway, Mkhitaryan is a better creator than him. We have another player in Ramsey at City. So he's saying basically, we should sell Ramsey, because Mkhitaryan offers the same thing, if not better than Ramsey. So
yes.
Sorry, look, you want to say something before?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I think a factor in that would be about the Ramsey money situation would be he might be looking at it like, well, Ozil was getting 350 grand a week. He's not playing very well. I'm playing just as good as him, if not better, and I'm only on 110. I'm getting 200 grand less. What's all this about? So True. I think if Ozil was getting paid a more modest amount, then maybe it might not have such a domino effect. But
that's always the way. That's always the way. I remember when Anelka played, right? He came in. I didn't know Anelka. This youngster, he was scoring goals left, right, and centre. We won the Premiership, and all of a sudden he got his head turned by going to Real Madrid because it's money. It's more money. I can get more money there. Where's Anelka now? I remember. I think he came back to the UK. He played for, was it for Liverpool or Bolton?
Bolton, yeah.
Bolton. And to me, it was a shame because he wasn't even peaking. If he stayed a bit humble, he could have been another legend like Thierry Henry and Ian Wright. But that money thing tends to put people off because they think they can get it. They can get the money, but longevity-wise and status-wise, you disappear because you've gone for the money. So if Ramsey wants 200, I'll be saying to him, okay, before I sign this to you, you have to promise me this. And if you don't get it, then you're going, you either stay on what you're earning or you go in January. And we like we said earlier in this conversation, we don't have much time now to carry people. We want people who are in. We want players who are in to carry the team forward.
Well, Chelsea's he's just given some stats here. He told me that Aaron scored 20 plus goals at Dortmund in the number 10 role anyway. So he's saying that Mkhitaryan is a far superior player to Ramsey. Ramsey is just a bench player at any club. He's saying that Ramsey is just a bench player. Well, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, he still has some qualities.
He's a good player. I say he's a good player. And okay, if you're looking at, he won us a couple of FA Cups. Okay, FA Cups aside, when has he actually come onto the pitch and performed consistently throughout the seasons? He does pick up injuries.
Yeah.
And when we need him the most, we struggle.
True.
We have to get rid of those people, those players now who promise a lot but haven't done enough, and yet they still want the wages because so and so's on this amount. No, it should be what have you done? What have you done for us? And then I pay you.
Yeah, no, that's the thing as well. I think he might be looking at it as well. Like as I said a minute ago, he might be thinking, well, what's Ozil doing? You know what I mean? But that's the thing as well. Like the thing is, I don't want to hate on Ramsey too much. I do think he's a great player, but I just wouldn't pay him that money in the same way that I wouldn't pay Ozil the money that he's done either.
But Little Maisie, you know what? I think the problem started when Unai Emery said that he wanted to base the team around
Ozil, Ramsey.
And Ramsey.
I did
so
hear that.
I think once Ramsey heard those words, he thought, right, okay, so I'm the bee's knees.
He's like, I'm a big
me more than I need you. So that's why I think if Emery had said that after he had signed the contract, he's given Ramsey the power. because he's
True,
already
yeah.
saying that he wants to base the team around Aubameyang and Ramsey. So of course Ramsey's thinking, oh right, okay, so I'm one of the top dogs here. So if that's the case, then pay me more money.
Yeah, true.
Pay me more money.
Yeah.
I'll give you another example. I'll give you another example, if I may. Who remembers Joe Hart?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Right. He was
Amazing.
England #1, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Right. He was England #1. He won the Premiership with Man City. Where is he now?
He's at
Burnley? Is he?
Burnley.
He's gone to
Yeah,
Burnley.
Yeah.
Because the manager knew he wasn't good enough to play the
True.
style of play that he wants the team to play. And he went to West Ham, didn't he? He went to West Ham last season.
Yes.
He was on the transfer.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to step up. You have to step up. Either step up, or if you've got a strong manager, if he realizes that you're not doing what you're meant to be doing, then he gets you out.
Like Pep Guardiola.
Yes.
He's got all these players hungry. If one player is not going to perform, the player will know.
I think Walker came in. Sorry, Walker came in after the World Cup because he realised that he had to train for Man City because he knew that his position is competitive. So he came straight in from England to do the pre-season with Man City. That shows you how competitive it is at Man City.
Wow. So guys, so would we say that the one star player that Unai Emery has brought is I'm a big fan of this player. He's only 19 years old.
Yeah, Macho. Good to see. Summerlin. Good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
More players show passion like him.
He's an absolutely fantastic player. He's fearless. He's
fearless.
calling for the ball.
And
I mean, he's arguably our best signing.
Of course, he is.
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
He is. No, he is.
Well,
19 years of age.
Yeah.
He's our best player.
He plays like he's been there, 2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
He's so comfortable.
And he always plays the ball forward and always attacks forward. Always.
Yeah, and I'm definitely excited about Guendouzi. Like, he's an amazing signing. But the thing that I do want to say quickly is in that game against City, I think Cech saved him.
Saved him.
He saved him from a brilliant. He saved him from a proper brilliant Eden. I was watching that because the thing is, a lot of also Arsenal fans hate on Cech quite a lot, and that was where I thought, Czech's done everyone a favour just there in that Man City.
Yeah.
But I think other than that moment, really, in that game, Guendouzi was amazing. I was thinking, wow, 19 as well, as you said, like that's
19.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely a star. I mean, yeah. 100%.
Get us a couple of Guendouzis.
Guendouzi,
One for central defence and one for wing, and then to me, that'd be it. That'd be us, because you want players like that.
Just clone him 11 times, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, man, Guendouzi.
Sorry, Fury, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to interrupt saying, lads, have you still saw his passion against Chelsea? In the pass he put through to Aubameyang. Aubameyang missed it. He's so passionate, punch to the ground, frustrated. I love that.
I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Fury, listen. When I spoke to Raz said to me, "Did you see Guendouzi's response when Aubameyang missed
It was nuts.
The goal?" I said no. And
No.
I thought, oh my! The guy just sunk to his knees in disgust.
Of course, punching the ground.
And that's the desire. That's what we want.
Of course.
Not only one or two players throughout the whole team that we need there.
Yeah, I think his attitude is amazing. I think it's amazing. I think he's coming to the team and he's like, "Yo, I'm 19 and I've been given this massive opportunity." He's been put straight into the first team. So of course, he's going to try his best. I mean, I just think it's amazing how they found him because he was playing in like what League Two, French League,
League Two,
not League Two. Sorry, like the Championship of the French leagues. Amazing signing. I mean, a value for money at its finest there, definitely.
You know what? This is going to sound controversial. This is going to sound controversial. I'll give him 200 grand, right? the money that Ramsey won, I'll give him 200 grand. I know he won't go nowhere, man. He won't go nowhere.
No,
that's the AR, Ramsey. That's what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
Oh God, man.
Now he's worth every penny.
Of course.
He could be probably a club legend in the future if he keeps on he's going.
Of course, yeah.
I just hope that we don't build him up for the next couple of years, turn him into a great player, and then just sell him. I really hope we don't do that. We need to keep hold of this guy, definitely.
Of course.
I hope we don't burn him out.
Burn him out, yes.
Yeah. We've got to be careful as well.
Be careful, yeah.
We've got to be very careful.
Yeah, I think if you give him a few years, man,
Yeah.
Or maybe not even that long, but in a few years' time, definitely he'll definitely be a top player of ours. He'll be smashing it. I'm well excited about him.
Give him 200,000, Ralph. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Nah, 350. Get rid of us and give him 350.
Because I think we should rotate. I'm going to do with Emma Smith Rowe. I think.
Yeah, why?
He's amazing as well. He is amazing.
Yes.
Smith
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Throw him in.
Why?
Put them in. I said on the earlier post, at the beginning of the season, we've got the young players now, and they're fighting for the place.
Of course.
Put them in the match where.
Of course.
Just put them in. Put them in, and then you can say, you know what? We've given you a little taster now. Now that you've earned your spot, you more likely want to be competitive. And you also put a finger in the eye of those who are not performing as well.
Exactly.
Of course, yeah.
You want competition amongst the players. You don't want players to be, comfortable. Not mentioning players' names. For the last 2 seasons, he hasn't had any competition in that position. So you want players to be competitive. But
I am so happy that Lichtsteiner's coming.
Yeah,
of course,
definitely.
But why doesn't he play him?
Definitely.
Why doesn't?
Lichtsteiner, you mean? I don't know. I mean, to be honest, Bellerin, I think he isn't too bad going forward, but I think defensively, he's just. I don't know. I think he's just a bit too. He's a bit too complacent. I think they need to start Lichtsteiner for a couple of games so Bellerin can watch and see what he's supposed to be doing. Because Lichtsteiner, it is beyond me. I have no idea why we aren't starting Lichtsteiner at the minute.
That's a strange one. That's a strange one.
I have no idea because even for his age, 34, he's top quality, man. We definitely should be starting him.
Of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right,
so
guys,
prediction against West Ham. Who's going to be brave enough to give us a prediction for Saturday?
I'm saying
4-1.
Ooh. I'm thinking I reckon 2-0 with the possibility of West Ham getting like a late goal to make it 2-1, but it's too late to come back. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Right, so
but I reckon we'll miss a load of chances.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
we always do. It's just, do you know what? Like that Chelsea game was like,
we should have been outside in the first half. We should have been.
Yeah.
5-2 up in half time, 5-2.
But the positives that you can take from that is what we were trying to do did work, and we did get into the positions. It was just the end product wasn't there. But it was so frustrating not to have won that game.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
Mr. Fury, what's your prediction for Saturday?
I think 4-1.
You reckon 4-1?
Because I think Birmingham will get 2 goals. Lexette will score a goal, and also maybe Mkhitaryan or Ozil make 4-1. I think West Ham will score first, or score first, and then we do go on a rampage. I'm very confident. I'm confident.
Okay. 4-1 to 4-1. Right.
I just think though. Oh, sorry. Go on, Russ.
Oh, sorry. No, go on, little Mace. What do you want to say?
Okay,
yeah,
so
I've
predicted. I tried to predict the last two matches a win, and it didn't happen. So I think first and foremost, it depends who we play in terms of position. If we play, if I like Guendouzi and I like Torreira to play in midfield. If we can play those two and play Lacazette and Aubameyang at the start, then we'll I think it'd be a, I don't want to say it'd be a comfortable win. It'd be a more relief win if we can pull that off. But we have to be very careful now because we don't want to put ourselves under pressure. We did say it's a must-win match,
of course,
right? And also don't forget Wilshere with his tweet talk and Lucas Perez. They would want to prove a point,
of course.
So if we can shackle them, it'd be a win. I'll say 2-1. I think they're going. West Ham is going to score.
Yeah.
Of course, they score first.
So would you have,
I think they're going to score. So 2-1.
Would you guys have Ozil to start?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
Mr. Fury.
Yeah, I would.
I don't
No.
I would, because last week, him being taken off should have given him some time to think. Hang a minute now. You know what? I've been taken off by my manager. You know. And we're playing at home now. I've got to show up. If he doesn't show up and he gets taken off again, then that's going to play on his mind even more. Then, so I'll start Ozil.
Yeah, and see, I just want to say quickly as well. I think the reason why it's so much more unfortunate that we started with 2 hard games is now that we need to beat West Ham. If we lose or we draw, the pressure we are going to come under, especially at home, is going to be ridiculous. Like, it's just so unfortunate that we had to have that start. But to be honest, I do think we'll beat West Ham. But as you said, Wilshere and Perez, they're going to be looking to prove a point. And Perez did actually do pre-season with us, so he probably is aware of what tactic we might be trying to go for. So there is that. But I do think that we'll win. But you got to think as well, West Ham have lost their last 2 games, so they're going to be going for it. They need a win just as much as we do.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose, have they?
Yeah.
They've got nothing to lose.
But guys, do you think West Ham will play the same way as Man City and Chelsea? Do you think they'll play like a high pressing game to try and regain possession, or do you think they'll just sit back and try and catch us on the break? What kind of strategy do you think West Ham will play?
I think they're back, catching the break.
I think they'll sit back,
yeah.
I don't know. You know, I think they're gonna go for it. I think they want to go for it.
Yeah, I think so as well.
They know that we can. They know we can score. We've had if they've seen what we did last week, they know we can. You know, when we're given chances, we do put them away. I mean, we had 4 definite chances against Chelsea that we should have put away. So it should have been really 5-2 or 5-3 even. But they know that we can put the chances. But we have to put the chances away. It's as simple as that. Ball in front of net.
You know what?
No messing about.
Yeah.
No ticky-tacky.
No, none of that stuff.
Like, we could have a horror story, you know. Like, I don't know. I've just had a nightmare about, like, can you imagine?
Well, Alex was saying how the stars were aligning in his last post. So we have to be careful of that.
Like, it's just these missed chances. Like, we can't afford to be missing all these chances, because the thing is, if we miss all these chances against West Ham, all they need to do is catch us on a break once, get a goal, and then they could just defend. Because if we're just missing all our chances, like, you can't be doing that. We need to be putting them away. Especially guys like
I think Noble as well. Is it Noble? Noble plays for him, so he's very. Is their captain, I think. So he'd be very tactically aware of how we play. And like we said, Wilshere's got a point. Perez has got a point.
Yeah.
And
Just have to be careful.
don't forget Fabianski as well.
Yeah,
Fabianski.
Yeah. You see?
Yeah, Fabianski, yeah.
You see, that sneaks up on you, man.
You guys, the stars could be aligning.
Yeah.
So we've got LILMAZY saying 2-1.
Stars are aligning.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Fury.
Yeah,
2-1. We've got Raz saying 2-1. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Arsenal. With, I think, maybe Ramsey to score the goal for, not Ramsey, Wiltshire to score for West Ham. I reckon it's going to be 2-1. But
Whoa.
you're right, amazing. The pressure's on us because and the West Ham game is a must-win game, even though it's only the third game under Unai Emery.
Do you know what? Yeah, like we are like I know we're only 2 games in, guys, but we are 4th. We're 4th from bottom.
I know.
I just think
it's a relegation battle.
Yeah, I mean, especially being at home as well, it's a must-win, 100%.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to be there doing interviews outside.
Awesome, man!
Serious?
Yeah, I can't get any tickets. I'll be outside the stadium doing some interviews there with some good. As well. But yeah.
Well, that's not a bad idea, you know. If you don't have a ticket, just go up there and do interviews anyway. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I usually do that anyway outside the stadium. If I don't have any tickets, I'll still go out and do interviews outside the stadium. But yeah. So that's it. You guys reckon it's going to be an Arsenal win? Pardon the pressure.
Oh, it needs to be.
You guys. Yeah.
Oh, it needs to be. Yeah. Because this is a relegation battle.
It's the relegation battle.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
You're right. What are you doing, man? What are you doing to us?
Oh, I tell you what, man. I've seen some things in my time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
20th.
Relegation battle.
Oh my God.
Oh,
relegation.
right, so before we go,
it really is.
Before we go any further, so Fury was correct. It was Ian Wright. He scored 2 goals.
See?
Oh, it was. Well done.
See? I told you.
The 12th of October 1996, at the age of 32, Ian Wright scored 2 goals against
Blackburn.
I would have been 2 months old.
What?
I saw that.
That's no excuse, little Maisie.
I should have seen the goal. You know what I mean?
I was 13. I was 13.
96.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Awesome. Alex, I do actually have a little question for you. Like, you know, with the name change.
Definitely should have known better.
Yeah, like to Canon Fodder TV. Like, did you? Because I know, like AF TV, they had to take the word Arsenal out of their name because of copyright or whatever. Yeah. Like, did you do that just for yourself, or did you actually get some sort of, contact to say, take it out?
But I was preempting that at some stage, that once a channel starts to build up a little bit more, I was preempting maybe they might say, well, this is a broad band across all the YouTubers that, anyone's using Arsenal in the title, can you please cease to use the word Arsenal? And it's funny because we're connected to a couple of Facebook channels, and they were saying, well, we agree with the name change. We're all for you talking about Arsenal, doing interviews, criticizing the players, but to have Arsenal in the title, that's something that we know
you can't do.
We don't want you. Well, yeah. So better to be, forearmed than forewarned. And if Arsenal do come, we're not going to be one of the channels that they're going to, send out, a cease notice. We're just preempting that when we do start to and be a little bit more familiar with fans and supporters all over the world. We don't want to get in that situation where we're having that letter drop in our, through the door.
Yeah, no, it is probably best to change your name now and build that up instead of building up your name and then having to change it.
Yeah.
Change it. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Probably makes more sense.
And it's funny, we're getting a lot more comments and people wanting to do collaborations with us. So so come across the obstacle later on down the line. We thought let's deal with it now, and then let everything else take
matter. Yeah.
But yeah, before we wrap it up, I want to say a big thank you to all the subscribers, everyone that's viewed the channel, because we're at 1,705 subscribers as well.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Amazing.
We wouldn't
Lads
have got to this stage without having LILMAZY and Mr. Fury, Raz, Adam from Route One Online. I forgot to give a shout out to Moby Guna, who's out there in the States. He's always putting comments on the channel, as well as on the Twitter account. So Moby Guna, as well as I am Guna Talk. I hope that we can do like a collaboration later on down the line, if not sooner. But thanks to all the subscribers. Absolutely, thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. But LILMAZY, that channel you got there, on Arsenal Ladies, keep it up, man, because in the future you're going to be the channel that people are going to be wanting to come to.
I was actually thinking, about rebranding my channel to be just about Arsenal women, but I've been kind of thinking about that for the past couple of days because, I think it just might be good. But because I'm really hoping, man, once it gets more popular and that I could be like the only channel that's dedicated to it. You know what I mean? So that's exciting, man.
From us who have seen the other channel, AFTV 2012, and I wish I could go back in time and start it around the same time. But things happen for a reason, you know what I mean?
True.
If I were you, I would make the change now. You're gonna call the market, because I was looking on you, I couldn't see anyone doing what you're doing. There's no one out there doing what you're doing, LILMAZY. So
thanks a lot for
niche
that,
your
man.
own, LILMAZY.
No, thanks a lot, man.
Niche your own, man.
You are a trendsetter. So lead the line.
I'm really hoping so, man. I'm really hoping so. It could be awesome. Give it a few years or something, man. I could be the only channel. It could be awesome.
Or one of the first to start. But by the way, the footballer, the player who said hello to you.
Oh, the one I got a picture with. Oh, no, the one. To be honest, I got a photo of the last game with Jordan Nobbs. She's one of our better players. But when I went to the friendly where we beat Juventus, I got a picture with two players. There was one called Dominique Janssen and the keeper, Sari van Veenendaal, I think is how you pronounce her name. I don't know. But it's actually pretty cool there, man, because after the games they come over and they take pictures with you. So it's actually all right, man. They're pretty nice. I mean, I was lucky to get that one of the last games. I was hanging around for ages and no one's coming over, and I was just like, what's going on here? And then luckily she came over. So
man, if
man.
you start to get interviews. No, I don't want to put the pressure on you.
Definitely.
Of course.
Trendsetter, like Fury said.
100%. That's what it was. That's what I kind of thought, because I never really thought about doing interviews too much. But when I bumped into Ty and I realized he was there and I got an interview, I was kind of thinking, After that, I was like, man, I need to get a microphone. I need to do this and that, and maybe I'll just stand
sorted.
Maybe I'll just stand outside the stadium going, hey, I want to do videos, hey, or something, or get a placard or whatever. I don't know. But man, I'm really excited. I'm really excited, man. It was that moment there when I realized, I should definitely start doing interviews.
Of course, and Kerry McAview as well. You never know.
Kerry
McAview. All the time. You never know what can happen. So unexpected. You never know what can happen.
But
before we go,
groundbreaking.
Of course, yes. But did you guys see the speed test today? The speed test today, Arsenal. The speed test.
No.
This
Yeah,
morning.
I did. A lot of people.
Birmingham was the
saying,
fastest.
What does it mean? You know, how did they measure the speed? Because there was like a speed test with all the Arsenal squads, and Aubameyang came top. Second was
Second,
Bellerin.
Third was
who was third?
Socrates. Yeah.
Really?
Wow, yes. Was fast, first, quick. Yes,
He
quick.
was third.
Hey, we're hearing that he's quicker than we think, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of the players must have been
I've
walking.
been hearing he's quicker.
Fourth, I think was Mustafi, I think. But that was the top
four. Top four.
Socrates and
Mustafi. And fifth was
Iwobi.
Iwobi, sorry, my words sticked up. Iwobi. Then sixth was Ozil.
Wow.
And seventh was Lacazette.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how that
translates.
You know what I should have done?
Interesting.
They should have had £210,000 at the end. Whoever's the quickest can win.
Trust. Yeah.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah. I just got that.
All right, guys. Well, listen. Unless you guys got anything else you want to talk about, I'm going to wrap up the live stream. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I want to say earlier. The thing about Arsenal and about what's his name? Kroenke. None of these companies are competing at the top. He also settles for second best, so we never compete for the title ever. So I think he's bringing us down.
But Fury, you say that, but sorry, look, Maisie, go on. You go.
Yeah. Sorry. Like I was just gonna say, like I know you guys are still talking about that, but I just wanted to ask everyone, have you guys all heard that Kroenke is taking 100% control of Arsenal?
Yeah.
Usman have sold his shares to him, so so what do you think about that?
I think it is a very bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really like it when I first heard it, to be honest.
But I heard as well that I think he's lining up his son Josh to take over anyway. So even though we don't like it, it's going to be like a short-term pain for a long-term gain. They won't have to hold AGMs anymore because he will have 100% shares of Arsenal.
That's not good, man.
Not good at all.
That's not good. We're meant to be like a democratic kind of club. You know what I mean?
Democratic doesn't mean squat.
We're fans.
Because it doesn't mean anything, Ralph. Football.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but still, business is business. But we're the fans that prop up the business.
True.
Yeah.
To them,
shirts,
it doesn't mean
programs. You know, we go to matches. We're propping the business up.
Raz, listen. There was a report out last week, and it said literally that even if supporters didn't go and pay their money at the turnstiles, the first tier and second tier teams would still make money. So it's big business. It's big business. You know, TV rights, sponsorship deals, they will still make the big bucks. You know, so yeah. You know, we would like to think, what about us as supporters? To them, we don't matter.
We don't matter. No matter at all.
We don't matter.
So that's not nice.
I don't know what's going to mean for Arsenal having Kroenke as 100% shareholder. I don't know what it's going to mean for us in the future, but it's something that we definitely need to look out on.
It means we won't be cut better at all. We settle for second best. Buying things on cheap. Not good.
Yeah, that's what I don't like, man. I don't like that.
If he was to invest a lot of his money, because he hasn't done that since he's come.
Nope, never.
If money in and helping Emery, rather than scrimming and scraping, you know, trying to buy players or getting them on a free transfer, then I could see the benefits of that. But if he's not going to pump in his money into Arsenal and take money out, then what's the point of him being
no point
in Arsenal? Yeah.
But you know what it is? Like, I think the truth, whatever it is, we will definitely see over the next 2 years, because I think if it was the same situation with Wenger, where he maybe wasn't giving Wenger money, this, that, and the other, Wenger was like a human shield for the board and for Kroenke, because whenever anything went wrong with Arsenal, everyone's just like, "Oh, Wenger out." Like, so now, if the same things
it's
continue to happen over these next 2 seasons, it will be all on Kroenke. So, you know, these next couple of seasons is where he needs to, you know, put his money where his mouth is, so to speak.
And Little Maisie, there's just another message that's just come through here on the chat. It says it can go 2 ways. Either Kroenke invests the money to keep the brand intact, or he doesn't, and the brand drops, and he will most likely sell Arsenal. So he either invests the money to, you know, keep the brand intact, or the brand drops in value, in which case he'll most likely sell Arsenal. I'm not sure. Again, that's going to be something in the future that we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, I don't care who the owner is, as long as they care about the club and they invest in the club and they want the best. Then I don't care who it is, whether it's Kroenke, you know, my cat, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, like either, So I think either outcome could be a good thing, you know, because if he invests the money and we buy the players and we do well, then brilliant. And if he doesn't and then he ends up having to sell, then that's good too, because then we'll get someone in that does care. So
of course,
either way, it can only be good.
But like I said, I think he's lined up his son Josh to take over eventually.
Yeah.
And
I've heard about that.
That people are not
old money into new money.
Yeah,
well,
true.
Yeah. But let's keep an eye on that. But anyway, you know, I'm going to wrap up the live stream. But,
and Alex, before you show up the live stream,
Fury, thanks for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure having you on. Listen to your
I'll bring
thoughts, and you're quite knowledgeable about Arsenal.
Of course. You know, she knows me right now. Of course. Because I don't want to keep talking over people, so I keep being quiet, listening to you guys to hear your point of views. So you listen to everyone's point of views, yeah. But I know my stuff. I
know. I can see that.
Very knowledgeable, DJ.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, isn't it? When you got 4 people in a chat, like as soon as you go to speak, someone else is already speaking, so it's a bit, you know, it happens.
We'll clear this up.
Yeah,
we're getting better.
Little Maisie.
Yes, Little Maisie.
Yes.
Really good to have you on the show again.
Yeah, Joe, it's been awesome, man. This live stream's been awesome, and I only cut out once, and so that's not too bad.
Very true.
So Joe, and the mic was good the whole time. It's been great, man. It's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to the next one, man. It's been awesome to speak to you guys today. Loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, pleasure. I'm going to keep an eye out on your channel to see how it grows. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot, man.
Definitely.
Last but not least.
Yes.
Sorry. Go on, Fury.
I'm going to patch up to your channel, brother. I'm going to type the channel to follow you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so awesome, mate. Thanks a lot.
That's the way these things grow.
I'll subscribe to you guys as well.
No problem. Yeah.
Wicked.
But
Fury, Alex,
you live in London, don't you?
I do. Yeah. East London.
Because I'm hoping, you know, maybe one time when we are all free, maybe we can meet up. There's a couple of cafes near the stadium, the Emirates, where they'll be happy enough to do like to film the discussion and the debate, and maybe it's down.
I could definitely do that because London's only like a half an hour train from me, so that's good for me. I'd love to do that.
Okay.
Well, you see, I'm right down the other end. I'm over the water in South Wales. So you guys have to like. Let me know and then I'll come straight over.
Cool, that'd be fantastic.
Okay. Well, listen, Raz again. Last but not least, Raz, thank you for coming on the show. Definitely, we'll be keeping in touch.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for it's been real. It's been informative.
And Raz, it's been a pleasure seeing you, brother, in person.
It's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure, guys. Yeah. More of the same.
Awesome, guys. It's been amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one, boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So this has been Cannon for the TV in association with Little Maisie.
Come on, you Gunners.
And Mr. Fury. So Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we are out.